Hello everyone, today we're going to make a simple jumping game. So the game will have moving obstacles and the character will have to jump over the obstacles. Okay, so our first step is to make the character move. And I've chosen this cute dog as my character and a backdrop. Okay, so first we need to tell the dog to jump. And to do this, let's go to the motion section and let's change Y by 10. Now, if I click on this, the dog only moves a little bit. Now, we need to make the dog jump really high. To do this, let's add the repeat 10 times around it. Now, if I click on it, it goes up really high. But we can't let the dog stay up in the air. It needs to come back down. To do this, let's go back to the motion section and let's add the change Y by 10. But we're not going to keep it as 10 here. We're going to keep it as minus 10. And we're also going to add the repeat block to this. So to ensure that our dog comes back down. If I click on this now, it goes up and comes down. Let me drag this to the ground and see how it works. Okay. And you can also add some sort of sound if you want to enhance the movement of the dog. So to do this, let's go to the sound section and I'm going to add start sound boing. Okay, so now if I click on it, boing. Boing. It plays the sound boing while jumping up and down. Okay, now we have to tell our dog to jump at a certain time. It can't jump randomly, right? So let's say when our space key is pressed, let's make the dog jump. To do this, let's add the when space key pressed. Now, if I click on the space key, the dog should be able to jump. Okay, great. Now our character can jump. Let's now make an obstacle that our character can jump over. I chose this star as my obstacle. So our star is in the size 100. I have to make it a bit smaller so that our dog can actually jump over it. And I'm going to change the size from 100 to maybe 80. See how it works. Okay, so it's a bit smaller. Okay. Now we want our obstacle to glide from the right side of the screen to the left side of the screen. So it wants to glide from here all the way here. Okay, we can do this by dragging the obstacle here. And then let's adding the go to X and Y. So when we drag an object, you see the coordinates here, they update to the blocks. So you don't have to manually type it in. Okay, so I'm going to drag my obstacle here. I'm going to add go to X and Y block. Okay, now to make our obstacle glide to the left side, we need to add the glide 1 second to the position we want it to glide. Okay, let's update the coordinates. So I'm going to say glide 1 second to X and Y here. I'm going to add this. Okay, now our star glided. Yay! But it only glided one time. However, we want our obstacle to keep on gliding. So we want multiple obstacles. To do this, let's add a forever block. And this makes the obstacle repeat itself. Let's go to control section and add the forever block. Now if I click on it, it should keep on coming. Okay, so our obstacle seems to be gliding really fast. So I'm going to change the glide 1 second to glide 3 seconds. Yeah, okay. Now we made our obstacle move. What if the character is touching the obstacle? Then we have to stop the game. Let's add the stop all block from the control section. Let's tell the obstacle to stop when it touches the dog. And to do this, let's add the wait until block, and let's go to the sensing section and add the touching mouse pointer. So instead of mouse pointer here, we're going to have the dog. So when the star is touching the dog, it's gonna stop the game. Okay, I'm going to add the green flag to this. Now, if I click on the flag, I'm not going to make the dog jump. The game stops. We have a small problem to fix. And sometimes during the game, the character might be stuck in the air since it has touched the obstacle. To ensure that it goes back to its starting position when the green flag is clicked, let's go to the motion section and add go to X and Y. And these coordinates are the coordinates that our dog is currently in. We're also going to add a green flag here. Okay, so now we know how to stop the game. Let's add more obstacles to make the game more interesting. This is really easy to do because you just have to duplicate the obstacle again. So there's 2 stars now. Let's drag this star down. And what we have to do now is make sure that both of the obstacles don't glide at the same time. And how we're going to solve this is we're going to add wait 1 second before gliding. To do this, we're going to say wait 1 second on the top, and we don't want our second obstacle to show when the first obstacle is gliding to the left side. So let's go to the look section. Let's add the hide block. And we want the obstacle to show when it's the obstacle's turn to glide to the left side. So we're going to add the show button after waiting for 1 second. Okay, now if I click on it, there's 2 obstacles. Yay! Okay, now we added more obstacles to our game. Let's make the game track the number of times the character has jumped over the obstacle. This will be the character's points. Okay, so first we have to make a variable. So I'm in the variable section, and let's click on the Make a Variable button. I'm going to name my variable as points. Okay, so we're going to tell the variable to change by 1 point when the dog jumps. To do this, we're going to drag change my variable by 1 block underneath the jump code. And we're going to change it from my variable to points. So this way, whenever the dog jumps, the points will be changing by 1. Okay, and we're also going to say when the green flag is clicked, we should reset the variable or point to 0. To do this, we're going to drag set my variable to 0 block, and instead of my variable, we're going to have points. There we go, we finished coding the game. Let's see the final outcome. Okay, I'm going to click on the green flag. See how whenever you touch the star, it stops, and yet you still have the points there. And when we click on the green flag, it's 0. Okay, so this is a very basic jumping game. You can make it more advanced by adding levels, backdrop changes, and even different types of obstacles. Thank you for watching.